Is it really easier to secure $1.5 million than $15,000 for a project? If you ever face this situation, you know how tricky it can be. Today, we'll break down why this happens, how to navigate it, and why small funding isn't just about building an MVP, but also about validating your ideas. Stick with me, there's a lot to unpack.
Let's start with why larger funding often seems easier to secure. Here are 3 key reasons. Large funding requests often align with strategic goals, promising greater returns or social impact. Funders are drawn to big, high-profile projects. Whether the request is $15,000 or $1.5 million, funders often put in the same due diligence. Larger requests feel more worth it because of the potential upside. Bigger funding proposals usually come with robust plans and detailed roadmaps, signaling professionalism and ambition. Now, what about smaller funding requests? While they're aligned with approaches like lean startup and design thinking, they can sometimes feel less appealing to funders because they might not seem as impactful and because they can be seen as riskier if they don't clearly tie into a larger plan. However, small funding has a powerful advantage. It allows you to reduce risk and test assumptions. This isn't just about building an MVP, it's about validating the problem itself. So what do you do when someone tells you, it's easier to give you $1.5 million than $15,000? Here's how to reconcile this. Explain that the funding isn't just for building an MVP, it's also for the search phase. This includes validating the problem, engaging with the market, and iterating on potential solutions based on real-world feedback. By doing this, you're not just testing a product, you're ensuring that the problem is real and worth solving. You may say, we're requesting $15,000, primarily to validate the market need during the search phase. This includes engaging with potential users, refining our understanding of the problem, and ensuring that our solution truly addresses the market's pain points. This critical groundwork will pave the way for a successful MVP and ultimately scalable growth. Even if your immediate funding need is small, tie it to a larger, impactful vision. Make it clear that this initial phase is part of a bigger plan to scale a validated solution, saying something like, this funding will help us validate the problem and test initial solutions. Once proven, we plan to scale with a larger round of funding, addressing a $1 billion market opportunity. Suggest a phased funding approach. This allows funders to commit to the larger vision while releasing funds in stages tied to specific outcomes, like problem validation, MVP development, and market testing. The key takeaway is this: small funding isn't just about building, it's about learning and validating. Frame it as part of the search phase, tie it to a bigger vision, and propose a clear path forward. When funders see the strategy behind your ask, they'll be much more inclined to support you. Now let me ask you, have you ever faced this challenge? Maybe you've been told it's easier to get a large sum than a small one, or struggled to explain why initial funding is about discovery, not just building. How did you handle it? I'd love to hear your experiences. Share them in the comments below.
If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share it with your network, and subscribe for more insight on everything relating to innovation. See you next time.
Thanks for watching and stay innovative.